Hello, in this video I will try to give you a quick summary on how to write your academic paragraph so that you can do a very good job in your testing. Okay, first of all, let's review super quick the full essay and the parts that we need to make sure that we have in a full essay. You have to have your introduction, you have to have your conclusion, and 2 paragraphs. Each one of the paragraphs has to have 4 elements: a topic sentence, your 2 or more sentences of concrete detail, your sentence of commentary, and your closing sentence. Now, for the purposes of your upcoming 9 weeks exam, you will only need to write a paragraph. Okay, so you don't have to write the full essay, you will only be writing a paragraph, and which has to have the 4 elements, and that's how you're going to be graded. Make sure that you have your full 4 elements in there. The prompt that we have covered in class that we worked on already is the following. And remember to start from the bottom up. Remember to start with the actual task. What is it that they're asking you to do? So first of all, they are asking you to write a paragraph explaining the power of imagination and creativity. So this is your topic. The sentence or the statement that it's usually given to you right before the task is a thesis. And you can rewrite this so that your thesis is very similar to the one that they're giving you so that you are focused. That's what they're giving it to you. They're telling you, write a thesis similar to this. That's what they're trying to tell you. And then as per your quote, the quote is given to you to give you context so that you can use examples that are related to this or similar to this. So now you know. Now, because we are not writing a full essay, we can use this instead of a thesis, we can use it in a topic sentence, okay? Because we are only writing a paragraph in this assignment. So remember, your paragraph needs to have a topic sentence. Your concrete details are examples, facts, evidence, textual evidence, plot summary. And in the case of the topic that we are working on, facts will be more than enough. Okay. Your commentary needs to address why is this important? Why is this CD important to the topic? So make sure that you relate everything to the topic, and your topic is, in this case, the power of imagination and creativity. Don't forget your closing sentence as well. So then moving on, this is an example of what you should have already written in your graphic organizer, okay? So we did the brainstorming, we put the topic in the middle in the circle, and then we brainstormed several examples. And this example that I'm giving you, I used it based on Tim Burton. That's the one that I selected because it's the one that everybody did and everybody has a little bit of knowledge of. Then the next step is to gather CDs and CMs. But before we do the gathering, we need to make sure that we write our topic sentence so that we focus our concrete detail around the topic sentence. So the topic sentence that I wrote goes like this. Imagination helps us reach new boundaries and explore new ways of express art. Now, I focus it on art because I am discussing Tim Burton, that's why. You can do something similar, but you cannot write my topic sentence, okay? So make sure that you reword it somehow if you're using something like this. Then we move on to the concrete detail, and your concrete details, at least 3. These are the ones that I wrote. Tim Burton earned an Oscar nomination for The Corpse Bride. Then he won a scholarship to Cal Arts. And oops, I made a mistake right there. He is the director, or he was the director of Edward Scissorhands and The Night Before Christmas. And then my commentaries are as follow. His unique style was recognized with his Oscar nomination. His creative abilities became I need to erase that. His creative abilities helped him obtain his this scholarship. I'm referring to the scholarship that he won. And then number 3, these 2 movies solidified his eccentric Gothic style. So now I am pre-writing over here, and this is what I came up with. Okay, so I have my topic sentence, and then I moved on to my CDs. Remember, you have to write at least 2 sentences of CDs, and you have to introduce the CDs with a transition phrase. You have transition phrases that I had given you already to introduce examples. So you can use for example, for instance, take the case of, and so on. I'm using take the case of. Okay, so take the case of Tim Burton, the director of Edward Scissorhands and The Night Before Christmas. And then my other sentence is, when young, he won a scholarship to Cal Arts, and his style gained him an Oscar nomination for The Corpse Bride. Then I moved on to my commentary. The commentary does not need to have transition word, okay? So I am just moving on straight and commenting something. His eccentric Gothic style has helped the movie industry discover innovative ways of making films. Again, I'm just kind of like gathering the commentary from here and weaving it with, so in a way that it looks better. And then my closing sentence should be a reflection of your topic sentence. Now, the closing sentence has to have a transition phrase as well, okay? So remember, transition phrases need to be added when you're introducing your example and also when you're introducing your conclusion. So the transitions that I gave you for closing sentences, if you actually take a look at them, a lot of the ones that I had given you kind of like prompt you to think about your topic or prompt you to reflect on your topic. So if you select one, you kind of like start thinking about something to write. So in my case, I wrote this. Whether used in the arts or in other parts of life, creativity is an essential element to improve and explore beyond the norm. So that's my sentence. So just keep this in mind, guys, okay? Your topic sentence has to relate to your topic. So you might want to circle your topic sentence and draw an arrow over here so that you know that it has to relate to that, okay? It has to be related to that. And then you have to be very, very picky about a few things. You have to stick to only one sentence in your topic sentence, one sentence in your commentary, one sentence in your closing sentence, and 2 or more in your concrete detail. That's it, okay? You can only write 2 or more sentences in your concrete detail. No, and there's no other way around. If you want to get a better grade on your end of course, this is how your paragraphs need to look, okay? This is how they need to look. Okay, with that information, so now that I have all of these, now I have to put it together. You need to write it in your line paper that I gave you last time. If you need extra copies, I left extra copies with a substitute in case you need them. But the next step is to put it all together in a paragraph. Again, you are using your line paper. So my paragraph is looking like this. You have to keep it color coded. Make sure that it is color coded. If you need pens, ask the substitute for to give you access to the pens. They are located in the blue card close to my desk. Um, there's a couple of girls who already know where they are, so you guys can ask around and they'll know where they are. And the paragraph has to be indented, okay? So make sure that you add an indentation at the beginning of the paragraph, and make sure that your paragraph looks like a paragraph. No, don't write choppy sentences. Please make sure that it looks like a paragraph. And because you're color coding, okay, the red needs to look more, okay, because you are adding more concrete detail than anything else. So it's one sentence of everything except for concrete detail. You can write 2 or more sentences in here. So this is how my paragraph looks like. Imagination helps us reach new boundaries and explore new ways to express art. Take the case of Tim Burton, the director of Edward Scissorhands and The Night Before Christmas. When young, he won a scholarship to Cal Arts, and his style gained him an Oscar nomination for The Corpse Bride. His eccentric Gothic style has helped the movie industry discover innovative ways of making films. Whether used in the arts or in other parts of life, creativity is an essential element to improve and explore beyond the norm. Okay, so there you have it. And just so that you know, make sure that you have your transition when you introduce your example and your transition when you introduce your conclusion. Something else that you are going to notice is that I underlined the titles of movies. You should be doing that. If you were to type it, you're not going to type it for me. You have to write it on the line paper that I gave you. But if you ever need to type a title of a movie on a computer, then it should be italicized. I am underlining it right here for you so that you know that when you write it by hand, it needs to be underlined. So I underlined the titles of the movies right there. Okay. Again, keep it color coded. Make sure you have an indentation and make sure that your paragraph looks like a paragraph. And you are going to notice that behind on the back of your lined paper there is a rubric. So when you are all done writing your paragraph, you have to exchange it with somebody else so that they can give you feedback. That somebody else will look at each one of the elements that I am grading. For instance, the topic sentence, the concrete detail, the commentary, and the concluding sentence, and check in there what score the paper would get. Okay, so all you need to do is circle the number that the paper will get in each one of the elements. Keep this in mind, ladies. This is just feedback so that you can become a better writer. It is not for a grade. Okay, I do need to see it that you finished it though. Okay, so make sure that you take a picture at the very end of the paper, the lined paper, with your work. You can take a picture with your laptop or with your cell phone and send it to me. Upload it into Google Classroom so that I know that you all did it. Okay, it is okay to add comments to the rubric if you feel like that person needs to maybe work on avoiding repetition, repeating words, or maybe working on better sentences that make a little more sense. Make sure that you guys write it down so that the person that you are giving feedback to becomes better. Again, this is not for a grade. This is so that you can become a better writer, but I do need to see that you have completed it. Okay. And once you're all done with this, staple it together and put it in your ISN so that you can use it in your 9 weeks exam. Okay, we'll see you next time.